Might I ask what the Loomis twins were here visiting you for? You said they came often.
Yes,
You knew them well?
I had been getting to know them well over the years, yes. Well, I myself have long personally studied the layout of the plains around Exandria, whether they correlated to stars or astral bodies within the night sky. Long theorized myself that the world holds its own planar ecosystem that is unique. There are other worlds that exist beyond this one. Other realms.
I don't think that's true.
I've had my time of worked alongside many well-known astronomers, such as Plane Rider in the great Ebenold Kai, before my tenure and subsequent retirement to the hamlet. And I still do my studies here, just out of personal interest, more of a hobby in my retirement, and crafting my own theories and submitting any of my kooky theories to the youth, the younger academics for study and publishing, and that's long past me in my days.
Do you have anything published?
Oh, a number of papers from my youth, yes, but the twins you're asking about, we became friends through letters originally. They would write. They would reach out to me in their later teen years after reading some of my work, and became, hesitate to use the word fans, but at least intrigued by some of the things that I had written, and we became friends. Just a couple of years ago, they began to come and visit me, with Brescio, of course, protecting them. They were very kind to this old bag of bones and thoughts. We'd have tea and talk about things astronomical. Specifically, over this past year or so, the research began to focus on the moon of Ill-Omen, specifically. And the twins were rather transfixed on studies surrounding the sudden flares of ruddy light that are occasionally seen and recorded through history from Ruidus.
Ruddy light? Is that what you said?
Yes. At certain times, the moon grows bright, without warning. Decades between, sometimes mere months. Some believe, and have long believed, that it is a portent of disaster to come. But many studies seem to find no correlating disaster either. And when children are born under the light of this moon, they are themselves referred to as Ruidusborn, and many important, whether for honor or great sorrow, individuals of history have been claimed to have been born under such a ruddy light. You do know that certain figures that existed historically that were born, Ruidusborn, the 21 ones that come to mind from where you're from. Dressig, a figure that was very influential at the initial development of Taldore, before it was known as Taldore, a great tyrant king that essentially ruled the land with an iron fist before falling to Zan Taldore, is heavily theorized to have been Ruidusborn. There is an individual known as Elixion that was a great hero during the Calamity period, that was an individual kind of marred by the mark of the moon of Ill-Omen, but still rose up to become a hero in spite of it, before vanishing. There have been individuals who theorize that whatever entity that once rose up to ascend to become what is now referred to as the Matron of Ravens themselves may have been Ruidusborn. It is a
From you know this from just your reading and hearsay, it is a circumstance that many people superstitiously think is a negative thing. But scholars instead think at least it means that a person is fated to be important to some degree.
Do you, have you ever heard of, red storms being connected in any way to Ruidus, or maybe present in some of the dreams and in the studies that you heard of?
Well, Ruidus should be in the sky as of this time of year. Why don't you all stay a bit? When night comes, I have a telescope and I can show you.
That would be wonderful.
To answer your question, from what we can make out at this distance, it is quite a tumultuous place, Ruidus. A barren red moonscape that is continuously bombarded with storm-like winds and storms.
How big is it?
Which part?
The telescope as a whole.
I can show you.
Okay.
Follow me.
You're not gonna fucking take it.
I'm just gonna look at it, Chetney. Calm down, Dad.
He takes you
She called me Dad.
down this short hallway. And there is a doorway that is open. There's no door, just kind of like an open doorway. And there is a back room which has a stepped platform that leads up. And in this kind of rickety-looking chamber in the center of it, there is a...
I'm looking for a particular name.
Which one?
Her name is Keyleth of the Ashari.
What if you were Ruidus?
That was the news to me.
Ginger's man. All gingers are cursed.
Whenabouts would she have been?
Been born? When would she have been born? Around the...
Oh, not too long ago.
You know.
800 or so?
Last couple years.
Is that right? 800 PD?
Three decades at most.
Where are we now? 850 PD? Where are we at?
Right?
You're-
No,
you're-
3 decades at most.
You're 3 decades since campaign 1.
Which was what?
Yeah, and she was so
Like
4
50 years.
decades.
Yeah.
For like 4 decades.
4
She was-
decades. Otherwise, she would have
4 or
been like
5
1.
decades.
Wasn't she?
Like 4 or 5 decades ago?
Are we in the 900s?
No, you're at 800.
You're in Southern
Mid to late
California.
830s.
Oh,
This is This is
She looks probably
50
pushing 60,
something.
but she looks 30. That's where you're getting
Yeah,
confused.
yeah, yeah.
That is where I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
confused.
This was 5 decades ago. Oh my god, I feel old.
Yeah.
She would age a little bit.
She was 13 through all of campaign 1, right?
She's the motherfucking voice of the Tempest. She stopped aging when she reached level 20.
Yes, just back.
Yeah. Just stopped aging.
Well, she ages
Don't
like
you just vex me, you fuck. How dare.
wow.
she didn't stop aging. She ages now like 1 year for every 100 or something. Like
Going
I
to
stopped
the
aging.
Note to self, let's all become druids.
I mean, technically, you just age really fast now.
stopped aging.
Yeah.
Just going, you're going faster than the rest of us.
going through the appendices.
I'm gonna go over and put my hand in the statue, see if there's anything in there. Just, I don't know. There's a big pot pouring water.
Okay.
Scrape around.
Okay. So you reach in the pot. The front of the pot's about that large.
Yeah.
You go ahead and reach into the pot.
Yeah.
Okay. You reach in, and it is cold water. You reach in, and the pot itself seems to go only about that far before it gets to the stone arm, but your arm kind of like can go a lot further than the pot itself.
I'm gonna take the hammer,
It's like a little portal.
and I'm going to take the handle of the hammer, and I'm just gonna keep going, see how far it goes.
If you lose your hammer.
It goes to the very head of the hammer before the hammer itself will no longer. It's wider than the pot's exit. So
God, that is so cool. Oh, I'm not there.
No.
Let's go.
What if should we? What else can we
Take it.
stick in there?
I guess anything we want.
Rain or something. I could
It
turn
might be.
myself
Is there
into
such a thing?
frog.
Oh, yeah! Or salmon. You could swim upstream.
Oh, good
But
idea.
except salmon are real fucking stupid. No, but you just go in and that'd be it. You're out.
Something smarter.
She retains her intelligence?
Yes, she's not like.
We
Oh.
should tie her.
Are we getting off track here?
Probably,
No.
but it's fun. Get in there.
We got a few hours before we got to be back to look at the telescope.
Okay.
You like
What are you doing?
Oh,
What are you
she
being?
just
She just said zoom.
Frog.
Oh, you're
I
frog?
went frog.
okay. Laudna takes
Ribbit.
her red yarn and I kind of make a little frog holster for you. You know, little harness.
It's yarn, right?
It's just yarn. Laudna shoves the frog in the hole.
Oh God. I instantly like, oh shit. And then
Go, Fern.
Fern hears in her head,
Love it,
okay,
toad in the hole.
Ribbit, let us know if you need help.
So Fearne, you are pressed into a cold body of water, lightless, with a very faint current. What do you do?
Let's just keep leaping forward.
Okay, you can swim with the current. You can keep swimming with the current until eventually the yarn goes taut. You continue on
Polyester.
30 feet, 40 feet. There's like a very, very faint bit of just kind of general atmospheric deep blue light. It feels almost like being at the bottom of the ocean looking up, but it's kind of a little bit everywhere to where you have no sense of what's up or down. You see shapes and shadows at your periphery, like there are large land masses or clusters of rock around you, but you're not entirely certain how close or how far they are. You start being tugged back, and you're being pulled back. And the scent changes a little bit in the water, and it kind of has a. It's oddly like a almost citrusy taste to it. Not quite like lemon, like it reminds you of the lime juice you just had, yeah.
Slime's all the way down. Sorry.
This is where he gets his drink.
Shoves his hand in there and comes out with a cup.
It's hard to describe, but it has that kind of like acidic taste to it. And you kind of glance over and you see these two very faint blue lights that are just kind of drifting.
Oh no.
Getting bigger and bigger in your direction.
Turbo.
You're gonna get eaten.
I'm gonna try to just go to the to pull myself
Pull
with
the
the
other
yarn
side.
and just
With
try
your
to
frog
start
hands?
Yeah, frog hands. Good old frog hands.
All right, you pull.
Let's roll her in. Roll her in.
And I'm using my back legs.
You're
Real
kicking.
fast.
You're kicking. The slack's coming faster, and you kind of start pulling, tauter and tauter. The two blue lights get larger, and larger,
No.
and larger, and larger.
Fearne? Does it still feel taut?
You manage to catch up to the slack, and you pull and pull and pull before she comes out of it.
What'd you see?
Ribbit.
As you pull her out and you see this, what did you see? The gentle trickle of water that's been coming out of it suddenly like increases in pressure for a second. It begins to pour out from this opening with a much stronger current for a moment before returning back to its general slow trickle.
Do you have anything that
Magical in nature, maybe. Super surprising. Unusual. Very old.
Certainly. There's a piece in particular that was designed by my trainer before me. Was quite the master of toy making himself. It's me just from.
What was his name?
His name was Otgar.
Oakgar?
Is that true? Sorry.
Yeah, Oakgar or Oakgar?
Otgar.
Yeah.
OLTGAR.
It's like Starbucks. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm gonna be honest. He was kind of a cutthroat little dick who almost ruined my business.
Oh.
I just picked up and left out. Went to Superior Haven, and yeah, here's what I do. But his work was good, to say the least.
Well, I'm always excited. Places like this, Everything is interesting, but there's always something very special.
If you want something spooky?
Yeah. Mess me up.
Okay. All right. So there were 6 of these that I had commissioned, and there was one that was left behind, and it's particularly creepy.
Ah, that fucker.
Goes back and opens a box and pulls it out. You see this like marionette that she draws out. It's kind of hanging a limp in her arms. It's maybe about tip of feet to top of head, about 1.5 feet, almost 2 feet long. And it has this kind of harlequin look to it, but the porcelain face is featureless, just white, except for these wide, eyeless, or eyelidless eyes that just kind of look straight forward. The bells kind of shake. Ching, 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 ching.
She would fucking die.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
She pulls it forward, the head kind of
Again.
limps to the side, and
how much is that?
she gets up and walks over to one of the shelves. There's something so delightfully disturbing about just glancing over and seeing Liam just like intently sucking on his ring pop while staring at me.
Look out your window tonight.
It's like, I've had this club night. How you doing?
3 floors up. You must be very tall. Scare me.
All right. Comes back with this this dark stained wooden music box. Looks very simple. She goes ahead and you can see there's a little metallic crank on the side. And then lets it go, and it just slowly begins to open. You hear this ding, 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 and as it slowly opens up, you can see like the metallic gears and inner workings of the music box. And there's this kind of smaller, almost obsidian box lid on the inside, and as it opens up and opens up and opens up, the music plays, and the music stops. It leaps out.
Fucking worked.
The lid pops, and you see emerging from it what looks to be a large, like almost cartoonish. After you get past the adrenaline burst, almost like a devil face with these large kind of curved horns that curve outward into the sides. These brightly painted eyes. One's a little bit off to the right, and it just kind of like emerges on a spring and kind of shakes for a second there.
That's lovely.
That's amazing.
Let's see. I bet that would really do the job.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I think we'll take that too. You have an amazing collection here. It's truly spectacular.
Thank you. Tell your friends.
Oh,
What is your name again?
Oh, sorry. My name is Zadro.
Adro?
Zadro.
Zadro. Sorry about that.
Sorry. Zadro Ichlen.
absolute bloody pleasure. This is great.
Who would like to look?
I'll go first if no one. Oh, unless
No,
somebody.
go ahead.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Okay.
What? I don't actually know how this works. What do you?
Make a perception check.
That's a 15.
15. You glance through, and you can see now, it's framed a little bit to the right, but you can see the round visage of Ruidus. And you've seen it in the sky, but here you can see there's all manner of unique textures across it. Brighter lines, darker lines. It almost seems to have this kind of soft, reddish glow to it that you've noticed in the sky, but now you can see like bands and differences. There is topography to it. You can see looks almost like crevices and almost like mountain ranges across it. It has it's something more than just a colored sphere. It's quite beautiful.
This is completely amazing. Okay. Yeah, y'all need to do this. This is crazy.
And this is the last shot before the clouds begin to overtake the sky. But you peer through, and you kind of give some verbal cues to Estani as he begins to shift it until it gets to just the right point and the focus hits. And you can see the same textures. Something else catches your attention. And there's a brief moment where you kind of instinctually kind of inhale. And the first thing you think is, she should see this. looking over where he had placed it, you see what he had seen. And across some of these details and striations and mountain ranges, it's challenging to kind of understand, because some of it seems almost like it's shifting or moving. What you thought were like static shapes, there's movement to it, and you realize there's storms. There's clouds, red clouds, and the occasional flash.
And it's amazing that, that Tobias can see so far, and it's so lucky that, Ruidus is facing us too,
How do you mean?
Well, it's just a flat disc, right? And it just happens to be facing right at us.
Poor adult creation. In time, maybe you'll learn. Well,
This guy. Do you think my hand and my head are on the same plane right now? Or right next to each
No,
other?
I can see in 3 dimensions.
Okay.
I have parallax.
It's just a
I
depth
mean,
perception issue this whole time.
That moon is definitely round.
Yeah, it's a circle, all right. Yeah,
Well, it's
you can see it.
not flat. I think your programming is.
Perhaps that's something Milo could
That's fine.
update.
Oh, God, that'd be
We'll
wonderful.
put it on a list.
All right.
Long list.
Oh, wait.
But we should
We should give Laudna.
We should give
present.
Laudna her
Just
present.
before we go to sleep.
Although, yeah, it's probably gonna hang with it's a thing for everybody, but definitely
Right.
because we're gonna use it. I think it could come in handy
All right.
tomorrow. But yeah, we should show her.
Got me a present.
I'm gonna
We thought
Oh
of
my
you.
goodness.
pull out from my
Pageantry.
I don't know, my bag that I have definitely on my person.
We all have bags.
Yeah.
Pageantry.
And as I start to pull it out, I use my
Anticipation.
telekinesis to move its little head up to look at her.
Oh.
And I have it walk across the room over to her.
Oh my god, she's beautiful.
She doesn't even have a name yet, Laudna.
She has no name.
I've seen you in my dreams.
She shall be called Sashimi.
Sashimi.
Yes.
Pate has a girlfriend.
I was working on that.
Oh.
Pate.
Pate could get around.
What do you think?
We've also got this box. Don't you want to see the box?
You got a box?
We got a box. Look at that box.
What does it do?
I don't know. You got to turn the wheel.
Start to
Find out.
find it and then let it sit there.
Is it a music box?
Yeah. Check this out.
Does it have metal in it? It's basically gonna poison my skin just from touching it.
Whoa.
But like if it didn't open at all, you just did that.
Yeah, well,
It's very effective.
take it any way you like. Should just let this play out. I wanted to see how well it worked, but fine.
That was close, Laudna. Fearne, I don't know how much longer we have.
Oh no.
Perhaps we should.
What's that?
Never mind. Go to bed.
I don't think we should test your heart anymore.
No.
You know?
It's called conditioning.
It's just a lot of cardio.
We gotta focus. We got a heist to do. Oh God.
My glasses went in the trash. I'm gonna stand over Imogen.
Okay.
Just watch her.
It's fucking creepy as fuck.
Does she notice my hand in the pouch with the rock?
With that perception roll, yes.
I've got my hand in the pouch that holds the purple stone.
I'm silently watching this.
Put my finger under her nose, make sure she's breathing.
Probably.
I just kind of look at the stone in her pocket. Huh.
Imogen.
No! It got red. No, it's only pink. It's fuchsia. It's fine. Oh, no.
The image fresh in your mind as you drift off to sleep. That final bit of odd, cold connection with that distant entity in the night sky. You go to sleep trying so hard to think of anything but, focusing on memories, friends, even just nothing. And you feel like you almost succeed. Until suddenly you find yourself once more in that familiar field. You feel your stomach sink. Your horse runs off. The wind picks up. And you almost don't want to turn and look as you hear the crackling of lightning and thunder.
What do you want? I take a step forward.
Towards the house?
No.
Towards the storm. The wind is now blasting your face. Around you hear the sounds. The wind is battering you. Your eyes, you're having to squint to keep it from blinding you, but you look forward, you take a step into the storm, and as you do, it gets stronger, colder. What do?
Mother. Ron. Why? Where are you?
Run, Imogen. Run.
I don't want to run anymore. I feel like I'm gonna die. I don't know what to do anymore. I walk forward.
Further into the storm. You take another step, and another. Your eyes sting from the wind. All around you is just this landscape of endless black and red. The light begins to darken. You feel alone. And then you're not. Before you, you see a shape, a shadow, standing there. A woman, strong, defiant. You see not a face in this outline, just a figure standing there. And you watch as other outlines step out from behind it. 2, 4, 8. With a loud crack, the storm consumes you, cold, and traps your body. Darkness takes your sight, your mind, and you wake up.
Did you have a dream? Are you okay?
I'm not dead.
Wake up, Laudna. She had a dream.
You're not alone either.
I removed my hand from her pocket.
Oh my god.
No, I was just checking. I was making sure you were okay.
She get anything?
Grab some water. Bring it over.
I went into the storm.
You went in this time. How was it? What happened?
It was terrible and cold, and there were people there, and I don't even know who they were. I couldn't tell who they were, and they were looking at me, and
I also think it's smart to be on our guard. Take watch, even if we're in a hotel room.
yeah.
These people seem to come out from anywhere, and I would murder everyone around us if anything happened to you.
I could help you.
Murder spree?
Fine.
That sounds fun.
I'm gonna check her markings.
Good idea.
Okay. You can make a medicine check or an investigation check, your choice.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Come on.
Interesting. It's extremely faint. But those markings on her skin appear to have just ever so slightly grown.
Ooh.
Ever so slightly, a quarter of an inch. If.
Well, this all seems normal. Yeah. I'm just kidding. They've grown a little bit. I'm sorry. I just was trying to keep you calm, and then I don't. I'm not good at that.
What do you mean they've grown?
Oh, they just sit there a little bit longer. I remember last time they were by this mole.
Oh,
Not that I'm staring at you intently. And then they just grew a little bit more.
Oh my God, you're right. In fact, would Laudna remember if, like, slowly over the past 2.5 years of being with Imogen, if they feel like they've slowly creeped up over time? Or is it just unique to this one?
I will ask you, Imogen. What do you think? Incrementally. Slow enough to the point where unless you looked for it intently, it would be too gradual to make note of it.
I'm gonna take a little ribbon.
Yes.
And let's use some of your yarn.
All right.
I'm gonna tie these around your
Are we
wrist.
making friendship bracelets? Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
So when you're in your dream, you can look down and know that you're gonna be out of it soon and you'll be back with us.
That's brilliant.
Okay, does that work?
I love that so much. Thank you.
And twist the yarn a little around the red ribbon. Make a little.
Stepping along the night street, you approach the familiar exterior gated perimeter of the Twilight Mirror Museum. The front gates are open, and there you see standing in the front walkway of the courtyard leading to the front of the estate. You see the two guards, and there, dressed to the nines, Mr. Ivan Hytroga, and what looks to be another grouping of individuals to his left.
Nope. And we recognize.
Yeah, wouldn't
As
that be
you-
funny?
Oh,
Who are these fucking people?
we're just being assholes.
We're just petty jerks.
Funnily enough, no, it's totally them. You step in and see the familiar faces, and as you do, they look back at you all and kind of give like a,
Hey.
Ha! Welcome! It seems everybody has arrived, which means the events are at hand. He raises his hands, and these like sparkles start spraying magically out of his sleeves. They go about 3 feet. It's really not all that impressive, but it definitely lights up the vicinity. Just kind of smiles around before ending them immediately. So, we have and would like to welcome Hexam's proxies.
Oh, Bell's Hells.
Bell's Hells.
guards.
We're plotting for ourselves.
Yes, we are.
Fuck,
we are.
The guards clap. The other team claps.
Bells hells.
And as the proxy for Sabanis over here we have, and you watch as Hutchin steps forward and goes, we are the, kind of looks back at the rest of the group. Let's call ourselves...
They
I
have
have it
trouble
written.
coming up with a name, too.
Yeah, no. I had it in my notes here until I fucking lost my place. Hold on.
Ain't easy, is it?
Focus group.
There it is. I had it in the wrong sheet. That's my problem. We are the verdict.
Oh, that's cool. Damn it, that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Sounds like a
Guards
band
have
name. I
clapped.
like it.
It's pretty cool. Very cool.
You are to find and acquire within my vault a simple lapis earring of the mythic djinn Harudan. The djinn who built and subsequently dissolved his modest kingdom of Taj Najmeh at the behest of a clever beggar who entrapped his logic in an agreement that undid his nation during this age of Arcanum. This earring is known as Wind Folly.
Wind folly?
It is sealed somewhere within the estate behind me. Sparkling magic sprays out once more behind him to accentuate the line.
Are we all going in
The front door together.
together? Yeah, or is there like different starting areas? Because it's just,
Feels
it's just so awkward. Yes, when you're like, oh, hello, are we going this way? Oh, are you
like
going
when
the
you
same
say
way?
goodbye.
Same way, like.
And everyone's walking
Yeah, you say bye
to the
see
same,
you later.
to the same carriage, and then there's very.
No, this is all very good points, actually. How about you stand over there on that side of the road, and then you go stand over on that side of the road, so you can, so you're not next to each other, because that's weird, as you said. And then when I clap, you go, and it's up to you to find your
And
way.
we all just run towards the same location.
Well, it depends if you're all going in the same way. I mean, there's many ways in. Look, it's an estate.
We're allowed to break things to get in?
We should have
If
scouted.
it's required.
Yeah.
Where is the ring? Or the earring?
Somewhere within.
Oh, and
go ahead.
Wait, so if we did go in the front door, the guards would not let us in?
Yes, guards do not let you in the front door. So if you wanted to go through the front door, then you'd have to find a way past the guards. That's part of the
A
challenge.
ticket for the museum.
The museum's closed. The tickets aren't taken right now.
Oh, because it's midnight.
Yes.
Sorry. I understand.
Sorry, good question, good clarification.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
a bit...
no, yeah, just wanted to double check.
to the members of the verdict, may you have a fair fight, and if I invite any of you who wants to say a prayer for all of us to go ahead and do so now, before we embark.
Hutchin kind of steps forward, hand on what looks like some sort of a sword, kind of resting there.
Oh, that is very kind of you. Not really much the praying sort ourselves.
Good.
Check and see them there.
Yeah.
So we have Ashton and Chetney are both dashing off to the far end side. You turn the corner and glance, and you can see there are other sets of windows. You can also see that immediately at the initial glance, there is a rope dangling from what looks to be a second floor window, where there are a couple of figures that are currently climbing up.
Oh, they made it in already!
Going out to take their same spot.
I'm gonna go and give it a nice big. I'm gonna run up and give it a nice big thump.
Okay, you rush up to the side, which you're relatively quick.
Yeah.
You grab the base of the rope, and you can see one of them is currently holding onto the bars of the outside of the window, where the rope is affixed to, and the second one you could see is about to climb up, looks down and sees you rushing up and goes, all you hear is this voice, and I wouldn't say there's enough light at the speed you're trying to see exactly, but you hear a voice go, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." All right. One of them manages to hold on, which is the one that's at the top, who currently actually holds on to the bars on the outside and kind of gathers herself. The one that's in the process of climbing up, suddenly goes flying off as the rope arcs and lands about 15 feet away from the side of the building. They rolled really low, and slams into one of the nearby rose bushes. You hear the crashing of roses, and you hear "oh" from the inside.
You all right?
You glance down and you can see what looks to be the small male goblin that you had encountered previously, who's
Dude, asshole.
like, ugh.
Fair.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, they're playing dirty already.
I mean,
We started it.
we started it.
Yeah, we're.
Wisdom
Ooh,
saving
they're
throw,
playing
20.
dirty.
20? Oh. As he's just there, he kind of like does this hand motion, then blows air in your direction. You feel this like force hit your brain, and for a brief second, you feel almost like a tether of kinship is being drawn out of you forcefully, and you shrug it off. The charm finding no effect.
Wasted
I don't
spell
make
slot.
friends. Come on.
Apparently.
Do you think it's easier to
Are you gonna help me or not?
Yeah, all right. Come on.
All right. He's gonna kick you right in the nuts.
Oh shit!
That's gonna be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Can't believe you helped him up.
So you
That's
take.
trying to be cool.
We'll say you take 1 hit point of damage.
All right.
So Matt, when he fell, I
Yeah.
turned invisible,
Okay.
and I started climbing up the rope.
Okay. Hell yeah.
So I'll be right above him.
All right. So right as you're climbing up, you glance up and you can see that the other figure there is the hairless Qatari figure.
Yes.
Who at this point is kind of arms through the bar and is, you can see, like cutting with this strange device a circle into the glass about roughly this big.
They got glass cutters.
They brought them.
Oh,
They prepared? God damn it.
trying to find them.
And the two of them, which are lithe enough, kind of scoot through into the interior of the second floor.
The bars?
The bars are about that wide, and both of them are just thin enough to scoot through.
So you could go. We just gotta break the glass. You can go in.
I'll follow just behind them if I can before they try and seal it up or anything.
Okay, yeah, you're definitely small enough to be able to scoot in through the same space. So what are you all doing?
I'm gonna run over to the door that they're trying to open. Can I use mending real quick to like fuse the lock together?
Mending fixes things to where they were intended to be. The lock is intentionally functioning, so no, you cannot.
Are there any chairs in the foyer?
Oh, wait! A movable rod. Click, click.
Oh!
Up against the door.
Okay.
Oh, it's opening out?
I think so.
Or is it opening in?
You'll find out.
At least get it in the door handle. Get it in the door handle so when they try to pull, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, in between the door handle and the door, like so. Yes.
It's either way. Either way.
So it's the other way.
Okay.
That's a good
so
idea.
you rush in, right as it, and you can see it looks like someone was in the process of unlocking it from the other side.
Fuck you guys.
It does pull in, but the arrangement does. And you hear a voice go, shit. And you hear footsteps get quieter and quieter.
Oh, they're going another way. All right. You did it. You defeated the bad guy. I'm going to cast Locate Object, saying the word wind folly and describing with my mind the shape and make of this earring.
The lapis.
The lapis earring, and see if I can get any sort of ping. If I'm unfamiliar with the object, it says I can locate any a particular kind of jewelry or apparel or furniture or tool or weapon. But I also
Correct.
know the name of it.
You know
so-
the name of it, and it's been described to you.
Yes.
So yes, in casting Locate Object, you focus, close your eyes, and as you kind of extend your automaton consciousness outward, you feel the magic kind of spread like a soft fog, and then suddenly get pulled like a wind grabs it and pulls it down.
Down. It's downstairs. It's downstairs.
Say, we would've gone up. It's downstairs.
They're checking under things and sections here. The goblin goes on the other side and goes underneath this like beautifully carved nightstand element. He goes, oh, I think I found something.
Yep.
Something in the ceiling shifts open, and you see a reflective surface above the bed.
Oh.
They both go. Presses it again. It closes. The goblin chuckles to himself for a second before the Qatari's like, just keep doing the job. And they both leave the room. But yeah, in checking through the other paintings on the side of the wall that's facing the staircase itself, you pull, what you see before you is a beautiful kind of base of a tower that rises up. It has like a metallic sheen to it. It looks like it was painted almost around golden hour, and it's hard to tell if the actual color itself is like a bright orange kind of golden tint to it, or it's just reflecting the skyscape around it. But it has that kind of like soft, almost angelic sense to the color palette to it. And at the base of it, you see Yvonne kind of standing next to it and just going. And it has a plaque underneath that says, Yvonne standing beside the historic tower of Duadio, the Golden Dream, Isilra. And as you kind of pull it aside, you can see right behind it, there is a door.
Oh! Damn!
Yes! Call on the paintings!
Hooray!
Way to
Good.
go.
So I'll open the closet with the end of my blade and jump back as I do it.
Okay. As you walk through the center of the room, you feel this like buzz sensation to your right.
Pull the rose off of my belt and start backing up.
Okay. As soon as you feel the buzz and you notice this, you pull the rose out and you start backing up. The buzz is coming from your right-hand side, which is that large kind of metallic slate slab that's affixed to the wall. And you just have just enough mind to glance to your left and you see all the utensils that are hanging on the wall stand up at attention before rocketing across to be dragged towards the edge. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. So you dart back as fast as you can before about 6 things pierce you in the shoulder. You roll with it because you've been dueling and bobbing and weaving in combat, so you manage to roll with it, which reduces the impact. Just you barely hit the number. 16 was the DC. So as you roll with it, it hurts, but you know it could have been a lot worse. None of them pin you to the wall. None of them pierce all the way through you.
Oh, God.
But a number of these blades and forks are now stuck in your shoulder. And
I'm gonna go run to the kitchen because it's Orym.
Okay.
I was about to send a message.
Right.
Oh,
So you
that's
finish your
right.
message. You're casting the spell as you hear the.
Oh, Orym! All right, did you die? We think we found the secret entrance, by the way. It was behind a painting.
Got your eyelids off. So I shouldn't keep searching the kitchen?
I don't want to tell you what to do or how to live your life, but I'm just saying we found a secret passage.
Okay. And it goes down? Except going down?
Hold tight. We're gonna get back to you.
Hi.
Oh!
It sounded really bad, so I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you made a mess in here.
Those were over there, and then they moved to there, but then I was there,
that's
and then
neat.
this happened.
Okay. Is there?
They're looking for another thing.
I'm gonna press along that back wall of the
Okay.
pantry.
You need to press one. You have to like move past and like shift a few things to get there. And you get to it, and it's a solid wooden wall. You kind of feel around. If you want to make an investigation check to look for it.
9.
9. It is definitely a wooden wall. You are uncertain how thick it is, but you can hear the movement behind, and it sounds like metal. And for a second, you think you hear something that sounds almost like a horn, like a.
I think that might be the bathroom.
At an airport?
I don't know if I'm mishearing anything, but it sounds like there's a lot going on.
Okay, so you go ahead and head down down the small staircase to the front of the landing, and like come back to the spiral staircase that heads downward. You charge around, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you walk right through 2 statues.
Oh, that's okay. 21.
21. Great. So you only
23. Sorry.
Great. So you only take 9 points of lightning damage.
Oh wait, this is through the statues.
Oh,
correct.
The statues. I also had left ball bearings at the bottom of the
We'll
stairs.
get to that. So as you go running down the stairs, all of a sudden you hear this. You go, what? You look over to the right as one of the statues that you only just now noticed at Von Hytroga. Its eyes burn bright white blue before you just see white. You dart forward to get out of the way and manage to shrug off the severe impact as they collide behind you. Your ears ring as you come midair and go into a tumble. You hit the ground up to your feet. Right as your feet begin to out from under you, I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, and it's 14.
You slide across the room, slamming into the front door, boom, or falling onto your back, onto probably a good 20 or so of these hard marble like steel balls onto your back. We'll say for that you just take take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, but you are currently prone on the ground and your back hurts. The on the top of this, you see what it looks like some sort of a metallic lattice, or like some sort of a elements of a metallic structure, intricately carved but bent and darkened, almost like it was blown apart. And the bottom writing on the plaque says, destroyed relic of the Shorhassian dynasty, supposedly from before the calamity, now a shell of its former power. Oh, the stories it could tell.
I sense a theme.
Is it a broken, busted up geometric shape?
It looks like it might have been, yeah.
Oh, shit.
But there's no, you didn't get any whiff from it, right?
A busted
a beacon.
beacon?
I guess it was just the cage that the beacon is in.
Maybe,
Yeah.
Right?
And you said the torches in the back?
Not a sphere, right? It's got like angles.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's...
I don't know what that is.
I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, man.
I triggered that by
How'd you do that?
being over by the back
How'd you
wall.
do that?
How'd you do that?
By stepping up onto the dais and looking behind for any sort of trap.
Rolled a 1.
Laudna, fresh cut grass,
No.
Fearne, Orym, and Ashton. You
Not going good.
watch as the stone floor of this entire chamber cracks, crumbles, and then falls out from under you. You all immediately plummet into a dark expanse. Hundreds and hundreds of
tripping
feet.
balls?
You are
We're
just
tripping balls,
you are
right?
plummeting into an endless abyss below.
Together or are we alone?
Together, it looks like.
I'm
All
gonna
of-
shoot out my grappling cannon to try to latch it to the side of the wall.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
up.
Go ahead and roll to do this.
Yeah. It did not work. It's like a 8 to hit.
An 8 to hit. Okay. You go ahead and like turn to fire towards the wall, and you fire, and it just deflects off the wall. Chetney. Imogen. You both watch as the rest of your group just standing there begins screaming. Just screaming to nothing, and their arms are out this, and they're just screaming and flailing in the space, and Fresh Cut Grass wheels around and fires the grappling hook, we'll say...
I nobly tackle Imogen out of the way.
Towards you, Imogen.
Oh, God.
So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. Take 2 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
Your grappling hook finds purchase on the wall. Do you try and pull yourself to the wall?
Right in her ass.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay, you pull yourself to the wall. You find yourself now, Imogen, pulled over to fresh cut grass, like speared by the harpoon. But then it comes loose and you're falling again.
Oh, no!
Oh, God!
As soon as oh God, can I like shout into FCG's head? What the fuck are you doing?
Yes, you hear her shouting at you. Imogen's just yelling into your brain.
Trying to save us all!
Can I grab FCG's shoulders and shake him as hard as I can?
Yeah, you can go ahead and shake him as hard as you can. And what are you doing?
Yes, are we hitting people? I run over to Orym.
Yeah.
And just smack Orym.
Okay, are you gonna do a damage?
Yeah, a slap. I'm gonna try to slap him with damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. The door opens.
Yeah, because you already went
Is there people in there?
Do we see him?
You see
Oh God, they're in there.
Oh, they're dead?
Are they asleep?
Unconscious.
You see candelabra in the chamber, another raised platform with another light overhead on some sort of an object there, and 3 of the opposing team face down on the ground, not moving.
Oh shit!
Okay, I'm not gonna go in there.
I'm gonna gently close the door.
Hanging in the room, you can see there are 5 different things that are just dangling from the ceiling. Glancing up with the light that's in the chamber, you can see strings that descend down into small wooden-like humanoid structures that are just kind of limp and dangling.
Yeah, it's like puppets.
5 large marionettes dangle from the ceiling in this room.
And they're
Okay.
If detect magic is still up,
no, it's
is
me.
there anything magical in this room?
Yes.
Salem punctuation.
The mask itself seems to give off
do
a
you think
faint
about
magical
Marionettes?
The
aura,
mask is magical.
Okay.
Buy one, get 3.
and the 5 marionettes give off magical essence.
Ooh.
Y'all
We got
hear that?
Magic puppets. Magic puppets, magic mask.
Oh, I didn't think
Yeah.
there were magic
Which
puppets.
Fearne,
I
as
thought
you're
there was stuff.
reading the
Nothing else
plaque,
magic, or?
as you're reading the plaque, the marionettes drop from the ceiling,
Are they made of wood?
They just kind of like fall and crumple.
I pull out sashimi, and I say,
Which one's sashimi?
It's the new one.
my puppet.
Okay.
And I show him to him, and I say, see? She's on our side, so we're on yours.
The crumpled, unmoving marionettes just all of a sudden shoot up. The top of them being pulled aloft by an unseen force. And they kind of.
No.
Don't like it.
Can we just go to
Go forward. Roll initiative.
That's terrifying!
Get out of here with that.
Oh my god.
They all together, like straining against it, kind of stop moving. Their heads up, and they all just start. And the room fills with terrifying cackling, all their voices mingling at different pitches, whining and weaving between. Okay, for the first one, I need you and FCG to make wisdom saving throws for me.
God.
So you take 7 points of psychic damage, and you start laughing.
Oh.
And now your laughter joins theirs, and you are currently considered incapacitated.
Where is this one even coming from?
I would like Chetney and Fearne to make wisdom saving throws from the one in the corner.
Love that puppet.
Love that puppet.
Oh no!
You take
What did we
6 points of
do?
psychic damage, and Chetney begins laughing with them, and he is now incapacitated.
23.
23. You are fine and shrug that off. Instead, it will shoot for, let's say, Ashton and Imogen. You both can make wisdom saving throws for me, please.
Nope.
No, 8.
Boy.
All right, you take 7 points of psychic damage, and you start cackling as well, and are incapacitated.
Fuck, I'm not
You take
doing
5
well.
points of psychic damage, and you become incapacitated, joining the laughter as well. So, with the last one here is going to look at you, Laudna.
Someone tell a joke.
Laudna, make a wisdom saving throw for the last one's over here.
I don't
Who made a
get
save?
the joke.
So far, just for an Orym.
11.
Oh
Wow.
Really?
You take
And I'm tied
6
up.
points of psychic damage, and you start cackling with everybody and are incapacitated. So currently, now it's just Orym and Fearne standing as all of your friends around you are now slack-jawed, wide-eyed, and cackling along with these dolls.
Woo, look
9.
at you.
9 burns away.
yeah.
6.
6,
69.
5.
5.
Yes, let's
Okay,
go.
okay.
She's a killer.
Fearne, yes, MVP of this one.
I'm really sorry, Chetney. It just turns out I'm really good at killing wood.
Oh, I'll keep you to your word.
And this one reads, Journal of Vespin Chloras. Spent a mild fortune procuring the mystical journal of Vespin Chloras. Thought lost to time. The horrors scrawled within by the mind of one of history's greatest villains can drive one mad. ...
Shut the fuck up.
That's a
It's gotta be,
right? That's
it's gotta be a fake. It's gotta be a fake.
There's no way.
This turd would not have that.
I want.
Right as you cross the threshold of that center portion of the room, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. As Chetney goes, turns around, and then just drops out of view. The ground, about a 10-foot by 10-foot square right in front of that door, just drops, and you fall onto a greased slide and begin to slide down into darkness. You slide for what seems like 20, 30 feet at a very steep angle before dropping once more, impacting on a relatively soft pack of what feels like earth at first, but the smell is quite pungent.
Oh no.
Any damage from that fall from the slide?
No damage. But when you hit and it's like soft, it's like spongy almost.
Oh no.
Dark vision.
Yeah.
What can I see out to 60 feet?
Out to 60 feet. Well, you see the interior, this angle at like an odd kind of like swerving feel, and it is a kind of a greased chamber. You can see like the streaks of whatever this grease was, and it's like your back is all slick from it. And you look at the ground, and it's this like semi-translucent, almost like a hard Jello floor.
We got.
One foot slips a little bit, the other one you push off, the claws go outward, and you grasp Orym's hand.
I get one claw in the forearm.
Sorry. Which is important because even as you grab, you feel him begin to slip from the grease and oil that was on him, but that one claw gives just enough leverage and it hurts, and I will say you take a point of piercing damage.
It feels like a tendon, man.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God, what?
This is a group strength check?
Group athletics.
Athletics check. I'm gonna guide myself.
Okay, that's wise.
14.
Okay, so you hold.
Is that against magic at all?
No, this is against your feral need. It's a slow ascent, which means one more wisdom saving throw. This is a slow ascent.
It's a 4.
Wait, what does that mean? You're gonna kill him?
So, as you just managed to pull Orym and Chetney up from this greased opening,
He's out.
you pull out of the entryway. Just as the growl turns into an angry roar, and you need to make an attack roll against Orym.
What are we doing? With hand or mouth?
Just my claw strike. 21 to hit.
Oh my.
Hits.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
What are you doing?
9 points of slashing damage.
What is happening?
Can I react to this?
Yeah, you all.
Can I cast command on
You certainly can.
and I'm just gonna try to control him and say stop.
Right. So go ahead. It's wisdom or charisma.
It is a wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, been making a lot of those. 10.
You fail, so you have to
So
stop.
you
I
stop
was gonna stop anyway.
Oh well,
and
shit.
hold yourself there for a minute. The blood's still coursing in your veins. It seems like the still holding stance, but is currently looking at you and stopping. What do you all do?
What is happening?
I'm gonna swing my other hand down and grab his hand through the pain with 2 hands, because it's been one the whole time, and still hold on. Oh, I'm bleeding heavy, and I'm really fucking pissed, but I'm holding on.
Are you in control?
Yes.
What was that? Why were you so mad?
Glancing around the base of it, well, first off, you notice that there is indeed a plaque on it. The plaque, at a quick glance, reads, Wind Folly, the earring of Harudon. The earring worn by the mythical Jinn Harudon who forged the realm of Taj Najme before being outsmarted of it. What a lesson for the ages to beware the deals one makes. ...
Is it just sitting in the middle of the case, like in the dead center?
It's sitting on the center of this like risen platform on the table. And looking around, you see no levers. You feel confident that this is just a glass case.
What does the earring look like?
Onto it, you can see it is a gold hoop that has 3 lapis like blue stones. A central one is larger, and the 2 kind of side ones to it are a little smaller, and it's just this beautiful hoop earring.
Sounds really pretty.
So it's just a really hard piece of glass.
Is there any type of
Can you use your hammer?
Yeah, come
Ashton?
on,
I'm gonna run up and hit it with the hammer.
Oh boy.
Go for it. Roll an attack. The hammer hits it, and you pull back. It like rebounds off of it, and you do see there's a very, very faint crack. That is some hard fucking glass. It's at this point.
Oh boy.
Oh
boy, those
God,
look bad.
2 of them.
We're all pretty hurt, yeah?
As these, we'll say, as you all entered into this room to be making the attacks, you are.
Boy.
These 2 massive humanoid constructs made of solid, like shifting clay emerge, partially formed, and where their faces would be, these little burning coal-like red eyes flicker on as they both kind of harden into their space. That's where we're gonna pick up next week.
Oh!